They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact of them here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mass shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road. That a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mass shooters. That was designed fast for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
you see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put billions of my actions. Yes, you said so. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me, making this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding.
Hey, shalom, shalom. Hey, you might. Shalom. You can hear me, Clyde? You can hear me, Clyde?
Shalom, bro. Yes.
Yeah, you might want to turn me down in the background. I'm getting an echo. Yeah, I'm getting an echo.
That's better.
If you're gonna have me on, it's best not to play through a loudspeaker. or through a TV, just let it play through your phone or whatever, and just to have,
Yeah, that's what I did. I turned the Bluetooth off.
perfect. The water. Shalom, shalom, Israel. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. All right, I'm Priest and Officer Thawashab of the ISUPK. Today is the Monday night scripture breakdown class. I'll be filling in for Officer Kazak Lamar, one of the hardest working brothers in Florida. I'm just holding it down for him today. Every Monday is a scripture breakdown class, so we go through any questions anybody has in the Bible, out of the Bible, about life, anything you want to know, feel free to ask. You know what I'm saying? We'll go through it, all right? All right. So if anybody got any questions, I go right ahead. Shalom to everybody that's tuning in. All right. Shayura. Shalom, 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 sis. Aya. What's going on? All right. Any questions? Got any questions, Todd? You said what? You can hear me? You can hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me? Testing, testing, mic check, mic check.
Yes, sir. You loud and clear.
All right. Let me see if I can get something real quick. All right. No questions in the chat. The water sis. Anybody? Any questions? Any questions? So y'all know the Bible, huh? Everybody know the Bible? Everybody clear on the scriptures of God. You know the Bible from front to back. So if I ask y'all any question, y'all gonna be able to answer it. Basically what y'all telling me, right? Right? Let me ask y'all this. How many of each animal did Noah put in the ark? Did somebody answer me that?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Salakia. 2.
Incorrect. See, this is why you have to have questions. Incorrect. Will anybody know the answer? How many of each animal did Noah put in the ark?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
So he didn't pair them by 2s?
That is the misconception. That is the religious indoctrination. Uh-oh, I see some answers. Sis says Salakia was it 2 sets of 2. Incorrect. We got a winner. Paul Humphrey. 2 unclean, 7 clean. Right? This is the reason why we have these classes every single Monday, so you can ask questions in the Bible. You know what I mean? Come on. Let's get some questions so we can learn this Bible, right? So Paul Humphrey, you are correct. Noah put 2 unclean of each animal and 7 clean of each animal. So The lie is that he put 2 of each, which is a lie, right? Noah knew the laws of God. The laws of cleanliness is found in the Old Testament, which was given to the Israelites. And prior to Moses writing it down for the Israelites to follow after, it was passed down orally through Noah's bloodline. And he knew the law before Moses. The law always existed. So Noah knew about clean animals and he knew about unclean animals. And what the Lord commanded Noah what to do is to put 2 of unclean animals and 7 of clean animals. Correct. All right. Good job, Paul. Good job, Paul. All right. So I'm guessing y'all should have a ton of questions by now. Ton of questions, y'all. Come on with it. Unless y'all want another pop quiz. Y'all want another pop quiz? Maybe I should put a wager on the line to make it interesting. Another pop quiz. Guess what you got? You got a question? No question?
Salakia.
Go
Salakia.
ahead. Go ahead.
So how long did the flood last? Really now?
40 days and 40 nights. 40 days and 40 nights. All right. Let me matter of fact, let me just grab the scripture where Noah grabbed the 7 clean and 2 unclean. All right, let's grab that so I can prove that that is true. All right, we're gonna go to Genesis chapter 7 and verse 2. Genesis chapter 7 verse 2. If you could, Clyde, you can go ahead and grab that. Highly appreciate it.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 7, verse 2.
Mhm.
Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens.
How many?
The male 7.
7, right? The lie that was told to us, it was 2 of each animal. That is not correct according to the Bible. That's inaccurate. According to the Bible, Noah took 7 clean animals, right? Read on.
The male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by 2.
By what?
By 2.
By 2. So the ones that weren't clean, right? By 2. Now, how do we know what animals are clean and unclean? Another pop quiz. Where do we find the dietary law in the Bible? Pop quiz, y'all.
Salakia.
How do we know what animals are clean or unclean? And you got it, Clyde. $1 million question.
Leviticus.
Leviticus. Uh-oh, getting close. You close. Finish it for me. Leviticus where? Chapter. Give me the chapter.
Chapter 11.
Ooh, okay. My boy been studying. You been reading the Bible. Get that brother ahead. Get that brother ahead. All right, yeah. Leviticus chapter 11 is where you'll find the list of animals that's clean and unclean. The ones that the Lord told us that we can eat, and the one that the Lord prohibit us from eating. All right, all of that is found in Leviticus chapter 11, and Noah knew that prior to it being written down by Moses. All right, so we just proved that right there. Disprove all the lies that religion teaches us, which is nothing according to the Bible. Everything about religion is man-made, right? Now let me ask y'all this then. Do we still have to keep the dietary law today? Anybody?
Salakia,
Go ahead.
yes.
Correct. Okay, damn right. You're right, Clyde. I got some other answers in the chat. Paul said yes, correct. Kamar said absolutely correct. How do we prove this? Anybody? Throw me some precepts, y'all. How do we prove that the dietary law is still in effect today? Y'all are correct, but we need some evidence. How do we prove this? Anybody?
Salakia. Salakia,
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna step out on a limb. Salakia,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say Leviticus again, verses chapter 23, verse 1 through 7.
Mm-mm-mm. At least you know I'll give you an E for effort. You know what I mean? Took a shot at it, but no, it's incorrect. Incorrect. All right. There's more than one precepts, by the way. It's not one exact precept. There's more than one. All right. How do we know that the dietary law is still in effect today? I want something in the New Testament. Somebody can give me a good precept in the New Testament. Uh-oh. We got some answers. Matthew 5 and 17. Let's get there real quick. You want to grab that real quick, Clyde?
Come on.
All right, let's do it, brother. Most High in Christ. See, y'all on it. Y'all on it, man. Damn right, sis.
1309.
Damn right. Magazar, Matthew 5 and 17. Damn right, priest. Hey, shalom, sis. Shalom. Y'all on it. That's good. That's good. That's what I like to see. Participation. That's what I need. You know what I mean? We're gonna treat this like a classroom. All right, let's get
Salakia, what was
go
that
ahead.
again? Matthew what?
Matthew 5 and 17. Let's get that. Let's see if that proves that we still have to watch what we eat.
Matthew 5, verse 17.
hmm
Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
Oh, think not, meaning don't even put this thought into your mind. Don't even put it in your head to think that Christ came to do away with the law. And most people will lie and say that Christ came to abolish the law, that we don't have to keep the laws anymore. Well, Christ himself in this verse is saying that the laws are still in effect. He's saying the opposite of that. That he's not saying that, you can eat what you want to eat and do what you want to do and you ain't got to follow God's law. No, Christ himself kept God's laws. That's what made him perfect. And what he was sent to do is to teach us how to perfect the same way. So he's telling us, think not that I come to destroy the law. Read on.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Or the prophets. I am not
Or
come to destroy.
read on.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
But to do what?
Fulfill.
What does it mean to fulfill? What does that mean? to fulfill.
Mm. Salakia.
Go ahead.
To make sure that his word was carried out.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that answer. Yeah, mean to do. You know what I mean? That's what it means to fulfill.
To
It
do.
means to do. Yeah, to do and keep. That's what Christ did with the law, right? Like Kamar said, Trooper Kamar said, carry out, complete, correct. That's correct. Bring to completion, right? That's correct. That's what Christ came to do on this earth, right? To keep the laws and to teach us how to do the same thing. All right. So I don't see how people can get something totally opposite of what Christ said for us to do. Somebody's lying here. Either we're going to believe the Bible or we're going to believe what the pastor says. Which one are you going to believe? All right, read on.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one joint or one title shall in no wise pass from the law.
Right. Christ is saying, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall not pass from the law. Now, is the heaven and earth still here? All right. The heaven is talking about what? When you look up, is what? What's up there? The sky, right? The earth is talking about the ground you walk on. This planet is still here. And as long as the earth exists, we are to keep the laws of God on this earth. You understand what I'm saying? Because not one jot, meaning not one dotting of an I or crossing of a T, shall pass away from the law. Every single law we are to keep till this day, including the dietary law. So that means we're not supposed to be eating pork if you're Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. You're not supposed to be eating shrimp, crab, lobster. What else? What else people be eating? Pig feet, chitlins, pork ribs, bacon. All of that is outlawed according to God. He do not want you to consume them things in your body. You know why? Because he is the architect. He knows what's good and sufficient for your body. God knows best. Trust me. He knows best. He created you to consume, specifically to consume certain type of animals. All right. You're not supposed to be eating all things that creep on this earth, that walk on this earth. That's not how God designed it for you to be. He gave us concrete rules on what to eat and what not to eat. And Christ said himself that we are to keep it as long as this earth is still standing. Last time I checked, we still here.
Mm.
This earth is still here. You dig what I'm saying? I mean,
God.
so facts. So Paul said oysters, right? Oysters, disgusting. Them seafood bags that people be eating, the New Orleans seafood boils and all that crap, disgusting. The Lord do not want you to eat those things, man. You're eating bottom feeders. You're eating the roaches of the sea. All right. The Lord outlawed these things, and Christ told us that we are supposed to keep the commandments even till this day. Clams, all of that. You know what I mean? So that is one verse, right? That proves that we are supposed to be keeping the dietary law. All right. Oh, all right, all right. You can hear me, Masha?
Padawan Council.
Hey,
Shalom
Sabase.
Yahawah sir. Nabule.
All right. Shalom, Yahabashim, Yashabrakta. Got Moses in the building, y'all. Moses has arrived. You know what I mean? So Most High in Christ, the water for hopping on. Who else we got in the building?
Padawan Council.
All right. Kate. Oh man. What's going on?
Hey, Officer
Officer
Yushaya.
Yeshaya, man. Haven't seen this boy in years, man. How you been, brother?
Hey, shalom,
Sir
Yahweh
Yahawah
Shem.
Yeah,
Hey,
right.
shalom, Yahweh Shem.
Yeah, about your man.
To Cyber, sir, and Salakia, sir. At my at my work today, and I found somebody from Cape Town.
Oh
He's
yeah.
working at Walmart. Yeah, he just got the job. And I approached him and I said, "Where you from?" Because I don't see anybody talk to him. And he said, "I'm from Cape Town." And I said, "Oh my, South Africa." And I said, "I have my Officer Yushaya, who's come from Cape Town, who's
Right.
from, he's part of, yeah." I told him that he's part of my organization. He said, "Really?" I said, "Yes." I said, "If you wanna be part of it, just let me know." And since then, every morning I say hi to him.
Hey, Christ.
Most
Yeah,
High
right.
Christ.
Yeah, we're gonna grab this nation wherever we at, man. So I'm glad you on our
Canadian sir.
you from you in South Africa
Canadian
right
Come on, gun, sir.
now? And right, man. What time it is over there?
1:36
In the
a.m.
morning? Oh
Come on,
man.
gun, sir.
That's dedication, man. That's dedication. Damn right, y'all. So we were just going through a few scriptures. I was doing a little bit of pop quiz, but if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask, y'all. Y'all go right ahead.
Come on, gun, sir. Salakia, so finish. You can go in with the pop quiz. I'll just wait for thereafter.
Pretty much I ran through them. Young man Clyde done answered them all, you know what I'm saying? Got them all correct, you know what I'm saying? The chat was helping out as well, so we pretty much sold up on that. So if you have any questions, you can go right ahead.
Come on, gun, sir. Salakia, I don't want, if I could, right? In Isaiah, right, chapter 7, verse 14, where it says like the Lord shall give thee a sign. It's the scripture about the virgin, right? Khan, so I've heard that Captain Tazaria said that is Isaiah's the wife had is the second son.
The second son.
Yeah, that from that scripture is actually Isaiah's wife that's having her second child. Yeah, Kanon. So I was just hoping maybe if I can get that precept in with regards to what the captain said.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard what
Salakia.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. I apologize. Go ahead.
Oh no sweat. No, I was just gonna say I haven't heard the statement that Captain Cesariak made. I am familiar with this verse, but I didn't hear that specifically, so I'll probably will have to, go back and um, get the breakdown from the men above me, if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I don't technically have the answer on whether or not this is his second son. You dig what I'm saying? Um, but I know
Kanon
that
Khan.
this also fits the prophecy of Yahushua. So, but other than that, you know what I mean? I don't, that's above my pay grade. If there's any other breakdown out there that's outside of that, I will have to get that from the men above.
Cut on console. No sweat out on the water.
Most High in Christ. He was gonna say something, Clyde.
Yes, Slakia.
Salakia,
I
sorry.
did find in Isaiah chapter 1,
Hmm.
verse 19.
Hmm.
It says, if ye be willing and obedient, ye shall eat the good of the land. But if ye refuse and rebel, ye shall be devoured with the sword of the Lord hath spoken it.
Con. So you wanted to break down on that verse?
Yes.
Okay, start me up a little bit. Start me up like 2 verses above. You said 1 and 19.
Con.
Okay, start me at verse 16.
Con. You say from 16?
Yeah, start me at so we can get some context. You dig?
Con. Isaiah chapter 1, verse 16. Wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings from before my eyes. Cease to do evil.
All right, this is the prophet Isaiah speaking to who? The children of Israel about what? Repentance. About us stop breaking God's commandments and doing anything that we feel like doing, that we think that is pleasing to us, that God don't find amusing, that we should stop doing those things and start obeying God. Start obeying our creator. So he's telling us to wash ourselves, right? Not just physically. Now, in today's time, we have what they call baptism, where they'll dunk you in water and, oh, you're clean and brand new. Yet it all, right? That your inward parts, right? Your spirit is not clean. Though you're physically cleansed, but spiritually you're not cleansed, right? So Isaiah is saying how we should clean our spirits, get rid of our bad habits, get rid of our vices, get rid of those things that God seem abominable, that God does not like, he's displeased with. Get rid of all of that and start brand new. Start the process of becoming a brand new person. Right? That way the Lord will accept us as his people and put us on top like he promised us in Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Right? Read on.
Isaiah chapter 1, verse 17. Learn to do well, seek judgment, relieve the oppressed, judge the fatherless, plead for the widow.
Right. This is how we should move as a nation. Right? We should take care of of those that's at the bottom. We should take care of the misfortunate. Right? There's people out there that's billionaires, right? There's multi-billionaires of our people. Those riches are meant to take care of the unwealthy. That's the whole purpose of you being that rich, right? We did the math a couple classes ago, where like $1 billion, they said it'll take about, I forgot how many years they said, like 200 years for you to spend the whole thing. If you spent like a certain amount each day, it'll take up to 200 years to spend the whole thing. You understand what I'm saying? And it said if you spend 10,000 every day, it'll take I think it was like 20 years or something like that. Like, it takes a while. That's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? $1 billion amount is a lot of money. Now, imagine you had multiple amounts of that. You know how many brothers and sisters you can take care of? The ones that's fatherless. You know what I'm saying? The ones that don't have their uh, positive role models in their lives. You know what I'm saying? The one that's abandoned and forgotten about, that society looked as uncredible, right? They got some Edomites who believe that black people are not even qualified to hold certain occupations. You get what I'm saying? They got a whole right wing agency that believes that black people are not qualified to have certain occupations. So if a black man is a pilot, they don't even think he's qualified. You understand what I'm saying? That's how much this earth looks at you as worthless. Don't nobody give a damn about it. Even when we succeed, they still have their own stipulations or stereotypes that's attached to it. You understand what I'm saying? That's how much of a disadvantage that we're in America. Right? So what we need to do is learn how to mobilize, come together and unify as a nation. And the only way we can unify is with the laws of God. That's what's going to unify us. That's going to be our stability as a nation. That's what's going to help us thrive and overcome this oppression. Without it, we're going to continue to be destroyed. Right? Read on.
Con. Isaiah 1, chapter 18. Chapter
If
1, verse 18.
I could real quick, Clyde, when you reading back in the verse, you don't have to call out the book and chapter again. You can just continue
Okay.
reading on.
Okay.
Unless we go to a whole nother precept, then you'll read it out. But you just read it out once and you can just continue on reading.
Okay.
All right. The water one.
Come now and let us reason together, saith the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet, they
Mhm,
shall be as white as snow.
mhm.
Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool.
Right. The Lord is saying this is how he's going to cleanse us. Like we're stained in sin. We're deeply stained in sin. Right? These are deep colors, right? Imagine you getting red wine on a white t-shirt. It's hard to get off. Getting blood on a white t-shirt. It's hard to get off. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
This is how deeply stained we are in sin. Now, what is sin? Sin is the transgressions of the laws of God. Right? We are so infatuated with being accepted by white America that we promote ourselves to want to do things that's against God. We act as if eating pork is the best thing ever. You understand what I'm saying? Like we act as if chitlins is a tradition that we have to hold on to because our grandfathers ate it and all that stuff. You know what I mean? They ate that because they didn't know no better. This is not no high ancestral meal. Like it's not gonna get you closer to your ancestors. Eating pork and all of that stuff. But we take these things that the Lord told us not to do and make them something as if there's something of value when they're really not.
Bring more bottle of water.
You know. But the Lord said He's going. If you could, Clyde, if you can, just make sure you mute your phone if you're talking in the background. All right. So the Lord said He's going to get rid of all of that, get us a new way of learning on what to eat, on what to dress,
Thank you.
on what to do, on what to celebrate, on
I
who
hate
to
when it's on
love,
this Wi-Fi thing. Be acting crazy, bro.
and on who to love. All right. That's what the Lord is going to do. That's why it says He's going to make us white. He's going to clean those stains out. As hard it is to get out, the Lord has the right detergent. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And Christ was that example on how to become clean and brand new. So that way we don't be looked as filthy sinners anymore. The Lord called us to be the greatest people on the earth. What are we doing sitting on a curb smoking crack? Does that look like a nation of royalty? That doesn't. You understand what I'm saying? What are we doing strolling down the strip and prostituting your body for? Does that look like a nation of royalty? It doesn't. But because we want to assimilate to white culture so much, we find a great fascination for these things. You know what I mean? But the Lord is going to purify all of us, right? And the best way to get that done is coming to the ISUPK. This is where you're going to learn your true culture and your true history. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't gonna find it nowhere else. Everybody's just giving you lies and selling you a dream and building up your self-esteem to make you feel good, make you feel high, and that's that. And they kick you right to the curb. Tell you to pay a couple dollars, pass the collection plate, and that's that. But nobody's actually teaching how to repent. What is true repentance? Right? Once we repent is how we gonna get saved. All right. Was that your verse? Continue on verse 19.
If ye be willing and obedient, ye shall eat the good of the land.
Mm-hmm.
But if
Read
ye
on.
refuse,
Read on.
but if ye refuse and rebel, ye shall be devoured with the sword.
Right. The
For the
Lord gave us
mouth of,
good. Read on. Read that. Read that last part. Still there, Clyde?
Salakia,
Mm-hmm.
you can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. If you able to
For the
read
mouth,
that. Mhm.
for the mouth of the Lord has spoken it.
Right. Remember what the Lord said in Deuteronomy? What did he say in Deuteronomy? What was said? What was said in Deuteronomy that will come to pass to the children of Israel if we didn't keep his laws? Somebody give me a precept. Any precept I can think of. Where in
Salakia,
Deuteronomy? Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 15.
Verses 15. What
Salakia,
else?
14.
14.
Salakia, Aaron, you want the one where it says, I call heaven and earth before you this day?
That's a good one, right? But in Deuteronomy 28, it starts at verse 15 down to verse 68. Is what the Lord said will come to pass to the children of Israel if we did not keep his laws. Right? Where the Lord judged us. He judged us just like how Isaiah said he would. Because Isaiah understood the scriptures. And he understood if we didn't keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, what was written of in Deuteronomy 28, 16 to verse 68 is going to come to pass. Now, verses 1 through 15 is where you're going to find the what. So 16 and 68 is the punishments. 1 and 15 is the what? Verses 1 through 15 is what?
Salakia,
Go ahead.
the blessings, Aaron.
The blessings. There you go. Right? This is where the Lord say we were going to eat the good of the land. We was going to be above. We was going to be the head and not the tail. You understand what I'm saying? Like this is, he said, we're not going to be the beggars. Right? We're gonna be the ones that's gonna rule on this earth. That's what the Lord promised us. But we didn't keep our end of the deal. So this is why we're in the condition that we're in right now. Right. So that's basically what it says in Isaiah, that we will be obedient by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, that we're gonna see good on this earth. We're gonna be in rulership like the Lord promised us. Right, living within the blessings and not the curses or the punishments. But if we refuse, right? By disobeying the Lord's laws, by thinking we can eat what we want to eat, celebrate what we want to celebrate, marry who we want to marry, we're going to be destroyed. And guess what? This is the reflection of it in America today. This is what it looks like. This is what disobeying God, breaking the commandments look like if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian.
Right.
It looks like 400 years in America. All right. So that answer your question, brother? Clyde?
Salakia, yes.
Okay. Most High in Christ. I think you said Salaki as well, too, right? Triple Mashal? Did you got a question?
Last,
Okay. All right. Do you have any other questions, Yeshaya?
Um, so like I said, I did write a question down. If I'm gonna quickly go to that verse so that I can formulate the question because I did write the scripture down.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
That's no pressure. All right. So in the meantime, while he grabs that, if somebody can grab where it says, well, Moses says, I call heaven and earth, bear witness today. Moses said that. Deuteronomy 30 and 19. Deuteronomy 30 and 19. You want to read that, Trooper Mashal?
Canada concert. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death,
Right.
blessing and curse.
Mm-hmm. Blessings and curses. This is the precept that also Yeshaya called out, right? This is the same thing that Isaiah was saying. The same exact thing. That Moses is telling this to the children of Israel. While they was in the wilderness, guess what? You got a decision to make. That's what Moses is telling them. You got a decision to make. Either you're going to serve God and live, or break the commandments and die. It's the two options you have, right? None of that free will bull crap. Nah. Right? Your only option is to serve God. Other than that, you're not going to live. That's how it goes. You know what I mean? And the Lord and Moses laid it flat out for us. Right? If you want to keep the commandments, you will be blessed. If you break them, you will be punished. Right? Any more on that, Triple Mashah?
Canada concert. Therefore, choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
Oh man, choose life, so both thou and thy seed may live, man. All right, we ain't living in America. This is survival mode for us. That's what it is. When Mexican babies are going through dangerous terrains just to find asylum and refuge in America, you think a little child should have
Right.
to experience that? You understand? Like that's not a little child should be free to enjoy their childhood, to play and go outside and have fun. But yet there is some of us of the human race that exists on this earth that don't know what that feels like. Their life consists of survival. and they want to survive so bad that they're willing to go through swamp infested, alligator infested swamps just to find freedom and asylum. That is hell on this earth. You know what I'm saying? That's not living, right? That's complete opposite of what the Lord promised us. He said that we supposed to be the head. Our children are not supposed to be going through these things, man. We have to make the decision. Either we're going to ignore the obvious and act as if there is no problem in America and we're all together and all our blood is red, or we're going to address the elephant in the room and realize our lives is a lot different from everybody else's on this earth, and we need to fix that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And the
And I
only
don't
way,
answer.
damn right, the only way to fix it is with the laws of God. That's the only way. You can't vote your way out of this. You can't legislate your way out of this. You can't march your way out of this. You can't sing and dance in a church out of this. We done tried all of that and none of it worked. The only thing that's going to work for us that we refuse to try is accepting the words that's written of in this book. That's the one thing we run from. You understand what I'm saying? Well, you'll find out once you pick it up and read it that it's all along it was talking about you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. This is your key to freedom. All right.
Right. Salakia.
Go ahead, soldier.
If I could quickly say something, Adawan.
Get down, priest.
Shalom, Council. What you're saying is so heavy, right? What you're saying is so heavy with choosing life and death, Adawan. I just want to quickly say something. I started slaving at a wine farm. Just I'm probably slaving now like a month there, and this place, right? This place was this thing exists since 1691. This farm, right? And as I get to know the people that's working, at this place, and I ask them where they live and stuff like that. So most of these people that I work with, right, they live in a area called First. I'm just translating it now for you. It's called First River, right? This area existed because of people wanting to move away from, living on farms, doing farm labor. They wanted, to move out of the farm area because of, the abuse of the Edomites on these farms, and seeking to find a better, seeking a better life for them and their children, hoping that they would find it in this area away from the countryside, moving more towards the city. And all these people, that I work with, they my age, a little younger, a little older, but they're all from this area. And this area existed because of, farm workers wanting to move away from the farms. So now this place exists. But I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is, their parents and before them moved away to get away from the oppression from, these farmers and, these, basically because these places existed since the days of slavery. And 30, 40 years later, their children are working again on these farms. And it's so important that we should seek the Lord because, we trying to do things our ways, trying to seek a better life for our children, but without the Lord, it will come to naught.
Facts.
Salakia Hill.
Nah, get that brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that's global. You understand what I'm saying? It's global. Like, you can't escape it moving outside of the country. Don't think you're gonna live somewhere in Ghana and think you're gonna escape the curses of God. It's not gonna happen that way. You know what I mean? Wherever you go, there's a force outside of this world that's making sure that you fail at it. That's what we gotta comprehend. Right? And the only way to reverse that, for things to start to work in our favor, we have to start serving God.
That's right.
That's the only way possible.
That's right.
You're damn right. Most High in Christ, man. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, man, we're going to fail. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you ever had that feeling before. You ever had a feeling where you tried so hard for something or try to get something or accomplish something, and you like, damn, it's right there. I literally can see it. I can reach out and touch it if I want to. But for some reason, it's outside of my reach. I can't even get it. For some reason.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man. And that's the whole life experience of Black people. Like, this is our whole life experience globally. That we see the success. We see ourselves wanting to be better, wanting to be in a better position, but there is something that's stopping you from getting there. And that something is God. When you're breaking his commandments, when you're not doing what he tells you to do. Watch, you start keeping the commandments of God, watch. The community, the ghettos across the earth is going to change overnight. Watch. You know what I mean? But we don't want to adhere to that. You know what I'm saying? We think, chasing after the white man's success is what's going to benefit us, when all of that is a lie. All right. But yeah, that's a crazy story. Did you have your question, Yeshaya?
Come on, sir. If I could, I don't want in the book of Matthew, chapter 28, verse 18. If I could read it, I don't want.
Go ahead.
Come on. Come on, sir. I just wanted to know what all power is. That verse, if you can break down, the all power is given unto me in heaven and earth. If you can just, give me a breakdown on that. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 28, verse 18. And Yahushua came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth.
Right. All power, right? Christ, when he returned in Revelations, on his vesture, it said that he was what? Right? If you're familiar with it. On his garment, it said that he was titled as what?
King of Kings.
King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Right? Meaning there's people of power today that's in the position of power, right? That are looked as royalty or treated as if they are kings, right? Some of them might be your presidents, some of them might be your politicians, right? Or certain businessmen, right? These people on earth are, if not looked as kings, at least they definitely are treated as kings. You understand what I'm saying? But when Christ returns, guess what? He's going to be above all of them, right? He's going to have power and dominion and rulership above anybody that think that they're great on this earth. All their riches and wealth and their false reality of authority that they think they have, Christ is coming to subdue all of that. And he's going to show everybody on this earth how powerful he really is, right? If you could just hold this real quick, give me the precept where he said, "I come in the power of my Father." Paraphrasing.
Slagia, the one in Isaiah 56.
Should be in the New Testament. Let me get that.
Oh, New Testament.
Yeah, when Christ said it. He said, "When you return." He said, "For all power." What is that?
Salakia, so it should be in John 5:43, things like that.
You said John 5:33.
43.
Con, read that real quick. You got it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You can go ahead and read that. You got it.
Colonel Khan, sir. This is the book of. Go ahead, Trooper Marshall.
Paradigm Council. This is the book of John, chapter 5, verse 43. I am come into my Father's name, and ye receive me not. If another shall come in his own name, him he will receive.
Okay, that is a good one. I actually found the one I was thinking about, but that's a good one. All right, he came in his Father's name. That's where he got his authority and his power from. Right. Let's get Acts chapter 1 and start me at verse 6. Acts chapter 1 and 6.
Colonel Khan. This is the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore the kingdom to Israel?
To what?
To Israel?
Just a sidebar. In context, this is talking about who? Who did Christ come to save? The Israelites. Right? The kingdom is going to consist of who? The 12 tribes of Israel. Right? It didn't say now you coming to restore the kingdom of the whole planet Earth. It didn't say that. It didn't say now you're going to come and make everybody their neighbor and their brother and all our blood is red. It didn't say that. Right? He said restore the kingdom of Israel because that's what Christ's mission was. Right? Read on.
Colonel Khan, verse 7. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or seasons which the Father hath put in his which the Father hath put in his own power.
Right. The Father is going to give Christ the power, right? And this is after he was crucified, right? He appeared unto the disciples and he's giving them the rundown on what the Lord is getting ready to do, right? But when Christ returns, he's going to return with the authority and the power that the Father gave him. You understand what I'm saying? And just another sidebar that also disqualifies that fake Haile Selassie wannabe reincarnation of Christ. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't
Right.
come through with no
Right,
chariots. He didn't come
right.
through with no signs, no power, none of that. No lightning, none of that. It was nothing crazy was going on. He came through born just like you and me. Christ already did that. He's not coming to do that again. You know what I'm saying? He was already born of a mother or father. This time when he comes, he's coming with the angels. He's coming with power, right? And he's going to rule over these nations with a rod of iron. You know what I'm saying? Like much uh, uh that's how much of force that he's coming with, right? It says a rod of iron, meaning like he's gonna rule like strict with a firm rulership, right? It's not something that could easily break. You understand what I'm saying? Like when he
Sure.
comes, you're right. When he comes and establish himself on this earth and establish the kingdom of Israel, it's gonna be done with force, right? It's gonna be done
Right.
with power. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the power that Christ was given from the Most High, right?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Wait a minute. If I could, I don't want. Could I also say like because a staff represents rulership, right?
Yeah,
But
right.
usually your staff is made out of wood, right?
Khan, what I
So,
what would be more fitting to say is how kings in ancient times they would have something called a scepter,
right.
which is kind of like a staff, right? Or it'll be a metal rod where if they appoint somebody to speak or he wants them to do a certain act, then he will point the scepter at them. You get what I'm saying? Like
Come.
so, which is a scepter is like a staff. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So I would say a staff in that way, not necessarily like a staff and just a regular wooden staff, but like a staff of a king having a scepter and ruling and telling people what to do. You get what I'm saying?
Come.
Yeah.
So
So
what?
that's how not Most High in Christ. That's how Christ is coming to rule, right? So let's jump back to Matthew. Where you was at, Matthew?
Come. 28 and 18.
28 and 18. Let's jump back to that.
Right. Come. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 28, verse 18. And Yahushua came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth.
Right. Who gave him that power?
The Most High.
The Father, the Most High, right? And he has power over everything on this earth, right? And guess what? We are looking to have that power with him, right? To be joint heirs to the throne. All right. So does that answer your question?
Come, sir. The water out of one.
Not Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. Any other questions? Any other questions? Feel free to ask. Don't hesitate. There's no such thing as a bad question. All questions are welcome. Anything about life, anything. Go ahead.
If I could, I don't want, like I was, if I could, can I bring up the Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, get down. Go ahead.
Come, sir. I was, with the whole, with the whole thing after, like everybody is looking at different angles of the video and this and that, where they're saying it's not just this kid that was on the rooftop, but it was they saying all these the security gave all these signals and all this and that is almost like an inside job, because they're saying all these things which doesn't matter to me, but I wanted to know, could you use or say that if I could paraphrase, where it says, the Egyptians shall eat their own flesh, or
That's a good precept. That's a good. Hold on, let me add the Shah Daytona in the building, man.
What's going on, sir?
Hey, Shalom Priest. How about you?
Hey, Shalom, Yabba Shemar Shabbat.
Shalom, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua.
Damn right. The man, the myth, and the legend is in the building. But yeah, for sure. I heard your question about Charlie Kirk. Yeah, you could definitely use that precept. How the Egyptians eat their own and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, well, one thing we have to understand, right? What we should get in the mindset of as Black people, how does this affect us? Right? Regardless of what we choose to do, we can choose to ignore it and act like it's irrelevant towards our life, or we can try to see the bigger picture and see how does this ultimately affects our community. Because here's the thing, it does affect our community, right? How so? What we have to do is understand the patterns of white America. Whenever white America is politically on edge, they tend to do one thing. Can anybody tell me what that is?
Slakia.
Go ahead.
They start unaliving us.
Give the brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? That's what they tend to do. They tend to vent out their frustration towards us, right? And this is something that's a part of American history, right? We know that to be true because there's many patterns of it, right? You ever heard of the draft riots? We spoke about this a few times, the draft riots, right?
Come.
Right, the draft riots when the Civil War was going on, there was a mandatory draft in the North, and the Irish immigrants got upset because they didn't want to fight in a war. So instead of venting out their frustration towards their own government, what they did is vent out their frustration to innocent Black people. And guess what? We're witnessing that same pattern repeat itself today. Because after Charlie Kirk got killed, guess what happened? Guess what happened?
Slakia.
Go ahead.
They lynched that brother at the university.
They lynched your brother at a university. We had nothing to do with Charlie Kirk being unalive. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to do with that. That was just simply white on white violence. But somehow we get the end of it. You know why? Because that is the nature of our oppressor. And this is how we should always view it. When America is moving the way it's moving today, where they're at odds with each other, there's constant conflict, they don't never agree, they're going back and forth with each other, we should understand now is the time to pick a side. You cannot be neutral in this time. Now is not the time to be neutral. You have to pick a side and stick to it. Because what you're going to find out, the people that you thought were your friends is not really your friends. You understand what I'm saying? The true color of these oppressors is gonna show, because they can't really do anything to overthrow their own government. They failed in January 6th during the insurrection. You get what I'm saying, or whatever they was trying to accomplish. You know what I mean? They know they can't, go full force with overthrowing their government. So what they do, they look for the meek. They look for the lowly, those that's at the bottom. You know what I mean? It's like a pack of wolves, right? Looking to attack the weak of the herd. You understand what I'm saying? It's like they go for the weak and the children. Go ahead, Nashai. You want to say something?
No, I was about to say, come, you kept speaking.
Come.
Salakia, so
Go ahead, Nashai.
I don't know if you saw that. I saw a black militant behind a pickup truck driving an Edomite driving that pickup truck with that militant have a rope on his neck. I don't know if you saw that video.
Good night. Wow. So he was riding in his pickup truck with the noose in the back of his truck with somebody hanging on him, a
Canadian
dog.
Council.
That's how you see that. That should tell us something as a community. That should tell us something that we should never ever think to ever think that we're going to join these devils, man. You know what I mean? Time and time again, they're going to stab us in the back, even when they at odds with each other. Right? This is nothing but political violence, right? And in the smallest form is gang violence. That's all it is, gang violence. Demo Crips and Republicans. You know what I'm saying? One wear red, the other wear blue, and they killing each other. You know what I'm saying? And if it as well too, there's something that's called trickle down effect. If somebody can grab me real quick, we're gonna get trickle down effect real quick. I'm gonna get let me get the verse real quick. Yeah, bear with me about that. Let me get Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 2. Somebody can grab me that. Right. And I'm gonna briefly, while I grab that, I'm gonna briefly speak on. You got it, Officer Nisha? Okay, Khan. Real quick. Let me just phrase this real quick. That the trickle down effect is where whatever happens on top affects the people at the bottom. Meaning the people at the bottom tend to behave like the people that's on top. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Come.
Right. So let's say the people that's the head of an organization is constantly spewing out violence, constantly showing acts of violence. How do you think the people that's under them is going to behave? They're going to behave violently, aren't they?
Right.
It's like, sir.
Go ahead, Austin and Shaw.
Kind of like the same way, like how you the best example of your children. Like if your children see you act a certain way, they're gonna act the same way.
100%. You know what I'm saying? And psychologists classifies it as the trickle down effect. And guess what? It's also in the Bible as well too. Go ahead, Austin and Shaw.
You say 10 verse 2, right?
Bible Shaw.
All right, Khan. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. Mm-hmm. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
Guess what? The only reason Charlie Kirk was unalive is because his leader is a violent man. Because his leader does nothing but spew out hatred. The reason why Democrats and Republicans are unaliving each other, because their leaders are at odds and are violent towards each other. So the people that's under them, that's in their parties, is going to act the same way. And the unfortunate thing for us, we have to understand, is that we're always caught in the middle of it. So what we need to do more than ever is separate from these oppressors. We have to separate, protect our own. Stop trying to be mutual. Stop trying to understand them. Now is not the time. They hate each other right now. And they're going to take out that frustration out on us. That black brother is not going to be the last brother that gets lynched, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to be the last brother. We're going to hear more stories. More stories about another brother, another sister that gone missing, another brother that gone missing, and it's all going to be at the hands of our oppressor. And the only reason he's doing it is because he is upset of what's happening on the people that's sitting on top. of him, the people that's ruling over him. That's the only reason he's doing it, because he's upset over his political parties. But knowing he can't overthrow them and change them overnight, you rather just vent out his frustration, release his stress, release his anger on an innocent black child. If you think we lying, just study American history. All right. Anything our brothers want to add on that?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Salakia, sir. What I was when I was saying this the other day to a, a brother that with the we have the aftermath, but what I said to the brother was like if you look at Charlie Kirk's death, right? Like he's a I would say he wasn't powerful, but he was very influential, and he kind of had that power where he could persuade people in certain ways and influence them to to be in a certain in a certain spirit of hating on us, or blaming us for whatever the thing that is he's doing. And he speaks all these obviously with all these lies, and he's basically pushing for the way he's pushing the way he's pushing all these things. And I said to because of his popularity, and he had all the security guards, and he all these things he said about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And I said what I said to the brother was, Charlie Kirk's death is almost like, how can I explain? It's like the Most High is letting us know that no one can hide from him. Charlie Kirk's death is a symbol of what the Most High can do for us. Charlie Kirk had all that security, and he wasn't safe. He said all these things about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and thought he could get away with it. Our oppressor has done so much, and to us, with our trauma, with us not even knowing who we are, the Most High has not forgotten that. And just like the death of Charlie Kirk happened suddenly, it happened violently, so can the Most High do for a whole nation of people, and that's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And I pulled the verse in. I think it was Psalms. If you could, Trooper Marshall, pull me Psalms 50 and 19, Salakia. Yeah, 15 and 19. And I said to the brother, the Most High is showing you that no one is safe from him. The Most High is saying, if you hurt my children, look what I did. Look what I'm doing to Charlie Kirk. They're locking our babies up. I will bring a flood, and I will sweep their children away. They're hurting mine. I will just give you a symbol of what I can do for you. You got that verse?
This is Psalm 50, sir.
50 and 19, Salakia.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue flames deceit.
That's a good precept.
Slagia. That was actually not the one, but
Hey, that fit perfectly though. That's you giving your mouth to evil. That listen, Charlie Kirk. Listen, he was not a good person. They trying to make him out like he's the man of God. That's not what a man of God is, man. You know what I
right.
mean? And people like, and I don't mean to cut you off real quick. My bad. I know you want to
Go
go.
ahead. I don't want-
I just want to say like Edomites like Charlie Kirk are very, very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? They're very dangerous, right? That's the type of pride that every oppressor has. You know what I'm saying? Once they get pushed to that point, and they're so, and what that does, it pulls out the compassion away from our hearts towards each other when we start to believe oppressors like him, right? He speak eloquently. He acts as if he has all the facts when all of it is lie, right? And because he's speaking so confidently, we believe it, and in return, we lose out on having compassion on the next brother and sister, and we think it's our fault for our condition. You know what I'm saying? Charlie Kirk was a bastard and a lie. White people are insufferable. Go ahead.
Come, so. And what I try to explain to the brothers, like the Lord can, with Charlie Kirk's death, and now the left is hating on the right. The Lord can bring back, and I said to him, the Lord can bring back the days of Gideon. He can do that with the death of Charlie Kirk. He can do that with even Donald Trump. No one, then, like I explained to him, no one is safe from the Most High. But it is for us to seek Him first, and He will do these things for us. Slakia.
Right? Did you have the verse you wanted to pull?
I almost had it now. Slakia.
Okay, then no sweat, no sweat. Get a brother a hand, man. All right. That is just one example. One example. I see Trooper Kamar put Luke 17:2. Y'all want to grab that? Somebody want to grab that?
So I got it.
All right, you got it, please.
Luke chapter 17, verse 2. It were better for him that a millstone were hang about his neck, and he cast into the sea, than that he should offend one of these little ones.
Damn, that who said that? That was Jesus Christ? I don't know. That don't sound like Jesus Christ. I don't know. That sounds a little too radical, man. Because the Jesus Christ I know, he's just so loving and caring and just wants to hug everybody. That's all.
So like, sir,
Go ahead.
this the Wesley Snipes black one. This the Wesley Snipes looking. So like,
right, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? The nigga Christ. You know what I'm saying? The nigga Christ, man, which is the true Christ. He said it is better that you tie a millstone around a person's neck, throw them in the sea. You know what a millstone is? Y'all know what a millstone is, right?
Come.
Right? Just in case for all the listeners that's not familiar on what that is, a millstone is a big stone that they used to use to grind up grain to turn it into powder, right? They'll have two stones together and they'll tie a donkey at the end of the stones and they'll turn them to grind whatever grain they're trying to grind into powder, right? So imagine you taking that same heavy stone, tying it around somebody's neck and throwing them in the sea. What's going to happen to that person?
You're going to sink.
You're going to sink. You was going to say the same thing to Shah? Yeah. Yeah, exactly right. You're going to sink to the bottom. You're going to sink all the way to the bottom of the ocean and you're not going to survive. And the Lord is saying that should what happen to somebody that offends one of the little ones. Go ahead,
Count, sir. I found the precept. It was just a verse, two verses up.
Oh, okay. Kai, you want to grab that as well?
It's verse 15, not 19. Psalms 15 and 15.
Kai, you got that. So yeah, that's a good precept, Trooper Kamar. And then we're gonna grab another precept, Psalms.
If you could, Trooper Marshall, if you could read it.
Counsel. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 15. And call upon me in the day of trouble.
The
I
Bible
will
says,
deliver thee.
the Bible says, call upon me in the days of trouble. Salakia. Call upon me when they're locking us up. Call upon me when ICE is at your door. Call upon me when our children are in cages. Call upon me for whatever our oppressor is doing against us. Call upon me. Go ahead.
I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me.
And he will deliver us. He will deliver us. He gave you a glimpse that no one is safe. Charlie Kirk is not safe. And guess who also is not safe? Donald Trump is not safe. The Democrats are not safe. The Republicans aren't safe. Call upon the Most High. Seek him seek his face, seek his glory, seek his power, and he will deliver thee. Go ahead, finish up at the end.
And thou shalt glorify me.
But you must glorify the Most High. It is not our power by our own hands that can do these things. We must glorify the Most High because only He can do this for us. And how He will do it? If we obey His voice. If we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Right. If we love our brother as ourselves. Salaki, I hear.
Damn right. Get a brother a hand. Right. I'm saying the Lord, He ain't letting nothing slide.
Right.
You know I'm saying, but any other questions I got? Any other questions? Anything y'all want to ask? Feel free to ask. Any scripture, any verse about life in the Bible, out of the Bible.
Oh, Salakia. And so if I could, right? So I'm at this new slave, right? So there was a bottle of white wine laying there. It was like a special vintage bottle. And this farm, right? This farm has existed since 1691. So that is one of the first farms, from in this area outside the city of Cape Town. So you have the city of Cape Town, there's surrounding farms, and then just outside that area is more farms, which they call the wine region. So I see this bottle, right? I see this bottle, and I glanced at it, and I saw something, and I looked at it, and the symbol of you had the Dutch West Indian Company, but the symbol of the Dutch East Indian Company was on this bottle, which ties in with the date and with the Dutch East Indian Company, because they gave loans and these type of things for the Edomites to go out and occupy more farms, and and as I saw the bottle, right, I I took the bottle and I walked to some of some of the brothers and sisters that were standing there. They were busy polishing glasses and stuff like that. And I asked them, "Hey, does anybody know what the symbol is? Does anybody know?" And the crazy thing is, I don't want. They were about 6 or 7 there. Not even one knew what that symbol was. So I explained to them, this is the reason why we are in Cape Town. This is the reason why we are in South Africa. And so they did not even know that our ancestors were sold on auction blocks, which was, yeah, they did not even know the history or behind the symbol and how we ended up there. And so, I just gave him a quick lesson, not a quick lesson, but a quick explanation of what the symbol represents, how it interlinks with the dates the existence of this farm, and what it is with our ancestors, how our ancestors was linked to this, to this VOC company. And so I said to them, it would be a good thing for you guys to look this up so that you can know and understand, why things are the way they are, so that you can have a more better understanding of life. Salaki Ayo.
Damn right, God, yeah, that's amazing to know that what's going on outside of this country is the same as what's going on, what I mean, in America. Like it's crazy, what I mean? Like this, how people are uneducated on the true history of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? It's happening worldwide. It's happening on a global scale. Right? And this is an agenda that's being pushed to make sure that we never figure out who we are. It's all by design. They're not just doing this by coincidence. They're making sure that we're not being properly taught our history so we can stay a slave. Right? The hell with it's the hell with it's in the past that we should forget about it. It's not that long ago.
Right.
There's still to this day civil rights activists who lived through the segregation period, who lived through the Jim Crow era. That was around pre-integration. They still alive today. Where they had to get hosed down and beat down by police officers, and dogs was sicked on them, and being kicked out of restaurants, being spit at, being cursed at, rocks being thrown at them. Y'all seen the video with them black girls in I think it was in Queens, little kids in the 70s, and they wanted to play in the white neighborhood. It was riding their bikes, and the white kids kicked them out the neighborhood.
Right.
They were chasing them down the street.
Right.
And they asked her how she feels about it. The little girl was crying and whatnot. Y'all seen that video, right?
Come.
Yeah.
Come on, Carson.
Guess where those people are at today? Still alive. Still here. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not that long ago.
Right.
That took place in the 70s.
So it's a lot of
Go ahead, Soda.
So like what you saying so heavy is because my grandma, she 92, and she kind of like going in and out now. They call it sun dining. So she be good one day, and she be her mind don't be right another day. But this one thing that she never forgot, and she still repeat this right now to this day in her state that she in. She never forgot the day when she was young, and she's originally from the Caribbean, but she was young, and when she moved to Florida, she remember seeing a oppressor unalive a little black child. You know what I'm saying? She still talk about that right now today when she in and out of mind. She never forgot that.
Dang. Look at that. Look at that. That
Um,
is marked in their mind forever. You said Salakia Masha?
La sir.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought you said Salakia. But yeah, look, it's marked in their mind forever. You know what I'm saying? To see something as horrific as that, how could you forget about something like? How could we forget about slavery? As horrendous as it was, that is something that we can't forget because it's embedded. The trauma is embedded in us now. You know what I
Slakia.
mean? Go ahead.
It trickled down through the generations.
There you go. Trickle down effect, right? You know, we went through that. You know what I mean?
Come
God,
on, come.
it went down to the generations, man. You know what I'm saying? And we still are witnessing the byproducts of it today. Just the other day, a brother got lynched. Right? If I could, somebody grab me, said the verse that says, oppressors who slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Come on, come.
Zechariah 11 and 5. Zechariah 11 and 5. Right? The whole black experience is found in the Bible. All right? This is a great injustice that's going on.
Salakia, I got it.
You got it. Go ahead, soldier.
Khan. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Whose oppressors slay them, hold themselves not guilty.
And hold themselves not guilty. Pick yourself up by the bootstraps. That's what they say. Oh, it's in the past. Forget about it. Oh, you're the reason why you're disenfranchised in your communities. This is the reason why you have no economic flow in your communities. You're the reason why. If you stop smoking drugs, but yet when we try to overcome all the drugs and all the violence and get a decent job, they say we unqualified to get it. You only got there because of DEI. Right? They use and abuse us all day, every day, and then they sit back and say, hey, it ain't our fault. You got to just do better. Right? That's what's going on in America. And the Bible told us about this thousands of years ago. Read on.
Khan. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Damn. That's the kicker. The last part is the kicker as well. Their own shepherds pity them not. Like our leaders don't even stand up for us. Don't even defend us. They don't even discuss things like this inside of the church.
Right.
Like they don't have no rebuttal for the type of claims that Charlie Kirk made. They don't have rebuttals for that in church. They never bring up social or political issues inside of the church.
So like,
go ahead.
Yeah, if I may, like they more so try to find a reason to blame us for getting unalive, you know what I mean? Try to make us seem wrong in some kind of way. They more so on the oppressor side.
God, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing that all these issues affect our community. You understand what? Like now, our kids are being lynched. Is your pastor ever going to bring that up, or he's just going to say, "Oh, happy day, bless Jesus"? Or are we just going to ignore it? We're just going to ignore it as if it's not happening. Right? Our shepherds don't even pity us. So what makes you think the oppressor is going to do the same? You understand what I'm saying? Like this is why he goes out there and make it seem as if it's our fault. When it's not your fault, black man. None of it at all is your fault. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care how many Charlie Kirks are out there. I don't care how many podcasts and YouTube videos these right-wing nationalists make. None of it is your fault. None of it. Black on black crime didn't exist pre-integration. Drugs, heroin, crack did not exist pre-integration. Abortions, high rate of abortion did not exist pre-integration. That should tell us something, black people. That should tell us something. The problem is not us. We're not the problem. They make it seem like as if black people are just inherently violent. Everybody kills within their proximity. A Chinese man is gonna kill somebody where? In China, where he lives next to. He's not gonna fly all the way to across the earth to harm somebody else. Conflicts tend to exist between people you commonly see on a day-to-day basis. It's no different with the black community. But they make it seem as if black on black crime is some anomaly that's out of control, that we're just inherently violent and we're uncivilized, when all of that is a lie. Because if you go far back enough in American history, none of that exists. So why does it exist today? Is because we integrated with white people and we learned culture. That's what we became violent from. We became violent from integrating with white culture. They taught us how to shoot each other. You know how I know? Because that's what they do when they don't agree. When they don't agree, all the way since Abraham Lincoln, they unalive each other. And we picked up that same trait and we exercise amongst each other. But yet they turn around and say, well, you're the problem. When is white America going to take accountability for what they did to the black community? When are they going to take accountability? It's about time somebody charged them for the crimes that they committed against us. Nobody's holding them accountable. Your pastor is definitely not. Like Austin the Shah said, he's agreeing with the Charlie Kirks in them. And if he's not agreeing with them, he's not bringing it up at all. The men in the ISUPK are the only ones that's going to bring up social issues. Nobody else will. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the stuff that affects us day by day. And we have to learn to protect ourselves. All right. Any more on that? Austin the Shah?
We got verse 6. Well, Salagi, that's probably it.
Is verse 6 good? I mean, if you want to, we can read on it.
Well, Khan. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 6. For I will no more pity the inhabitants of the land, saith the Most High. But lo, I will deliver the man, every one into his neighbor's hand, and into the hands of his king, and they shall smite the land, and out of their hand I will not deliver them.
You read on. I think verse 7 is a good one.
Verse 7. And I will feed the flock of slaughter, even you, O poor of the flock. And I took unto me 2 staves, and one I called beauty, and the other I called bands, and I fed the flock.
Right. This is what the Lord gave us, right? The same option that Moses tried to warn us of, the same option of Isaiah tried to tell us about, right? It's the same thing that's being said in Zechariah, right? The Lord is going to feed us with beauty and bands, right? The beauty, the blessings, the bands is what ties us. Like you bind somebody up. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And we have to decide, what do we want? What do we expect from the Lord on this earth? We've been here for 400 years. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of it.
Right.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of waking up and having an oppressor over. That shit sucks. I don't know about that shit sucks. I have to answer to this damn devil. Pay taxes to this devil. That sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Salagi.
Go ahead.
Lately, I've been daydreaming so much about, just about, Edomites being my servants. I don't know. Shit. I've been daydreaming a lot about it. Just them working on my farm. stuff like that. Slavic, sir.
Nah, I feel you. We'll grab one more verse since you brought that up.
It's a
You
lot.
want to say something, Sir? Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to piggyback on what you said. Like, if we kind of like took a poll and we just asked our people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, like, what is it that you want from God? Like, ask them, like, what are the things that you want from God? If God can give you anything you ever wanted, what is it that you want? And we've been beat down so much to think of ourselves as nothing. To like, we don't even look at ourselves as the kings and the priests that we are. To where you would never hear an answer out of nobody's mouth outside of ISUPK that we want rulership. I want to be in power. I want the earth to be mine. I want what belongs to me. They would ask for cars and houses, money, jewelry, you know what I mean? A wife, husband, you know what I mean? Like you'll see those type of things. But that's a lot. Yeah.
Nah, you exactly right, Nasha. You exactly right, man. What is it? What it said in Baby Boy? Guns and butter. Guns and butter. You know what I'm saying? You got the guns, then you got the butter. You know what I'm saying? All we want, what was it? The guns was the flashy shit. Was it? No, that was the butter. Which one was it? The butter was the flashy. That's all we want. We want the shit that don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? That depreciate in time. You know what I'm saying? Well, we should look for stuff that's going to last. Stuff that we can pass down to our generation, to our sons, to our daughters. You know what I'm saying? And the most important thing you can pass down through your generation is heritage. That's the most important.
That's right.
If you can't pass that down to your kids and your sons and daughter, you are basically a nobody on this earth. You're just a living vessel. That's all you are. You know what I mean? We should look at our heritage as a piece of gold. We should look at it as that new car you pray for or whatever people, like Nisha was saying, people be out here praying for vanity. You know what I mean? We should pray for our heritage to be prominent on this earth, to be strong again, to be resembled how God wanted to resemble. And God said it's gonna be rulership for our nation, for our heritage. That's how it's gonna look like on this earth. Right? For time's sake, this is my last one. We up out of here. Let's get 1 Corinthians 2:9.
Slavic, so you say 2 and 9?
Shot. 1 Corinthians 2:9.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
But as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High have prepared for them that love him.
Man, we can't even imagine what's going to be like for us in rulership. I have not seen, ear have not heard. We can daydream about it now and think about, what it could possibly be like. But when we actually obtain it, it's going to be 10 times far greater than what we can even process in our brains. To actually be in rulership as a black man.
Right.
That's something that's so foreign to us as a people, but yet it's common to every other nation on this earth. Every other nation on this earth know what it feels like to have a government, to know what it feels like to have their own land, know what it feels like to have their own economic system, have their own army. Every nation on this earth knows what that feels like, except for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We're the only people. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. Something that's so common to everybody. We the only people that don't even understand a little bit of what that feels like. But guess what? There's gonna be a time where black people will rule this earth. We
Right.
will. We will rule this earth. Watch and believe. All the people that's doubting us, that act as if it can never happen because we just so destroyed, and they mock us and they mock George Floyd and all of that stuff. Like Officer Yeshaya said, the same way it turned around quickly for Charlie Kirk is the same way it's going to turn around for this whole planet Earth and America. Get ready. All right. Soon enough, the people you mocked and doubted is going to be the rulers of this earth. You're going to see. You know what I mean? And guess what? People have not seen it. I have not seen. The ear have not heard. You can doubt all you want, but when the time comes, you'll know that we spoke about it here first in the ISUPK.
Right.
All right. So with that, unless any brother got anything y'all want to add, feel free to do so. Say something now, forever hold your peace. And with that, man, we up out of here, man. Shalom, shalom, the water, Officer Nashah, Officer Yeshaya, Trooper Mashah, Young Man Clyde, everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all, Fred, Pashai, everybody. Hey, Pashai, hit me up, Pashai. If you still on the line, hit me up, brother. All right, all the sisters that join the line as well. Class will continue on same channel tomorrow. Officer Kazak should be on next week, Lord allow. And with that, shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Shalom, Israel.